then we have Hetty, who is another member of Hetty is also really beautiful.
It is Tuesday afternoon, and it was a pretty long, tiring morning, and so when I happened to like glance in one of the kitchen cabinets and I saw a box mix of chocolate muffins that are made from coconut flour and almond flour, I was like, yes, today is the day. I'll make them this afternoon and have some with tea. So here they are. And I have always been a person that like a chocolate cupcake, like I don't feel the desire to have any icing. I just feel like they're so yummy on their own. And then we can eat some more at supper. The boys and my husband can have some for dessert after supper. And we're eating one of my absolute favorite meals. It's a sheet pan roast that has chopped up broccoli, like a big head of broccoli chopped up, around 3 or 4 sweet potatoes chopped up, an onion, and then generous olive oil drizzled on, garlic powder, and salt. Pepper when we have pepper. And I am just very excited. It's one of my favorite meals. So you roast that for around 20 minutes and then you put in, I like to put in Italian sausage, kind of like torn up. And it's just really delicious. So I was like, you know what, we're going to have one of my favorite meals. Why not have dessert with it to make it just really nice? And this biscuit tea has ruined me for everything. I love it. And I'll be very sad when it runs out. It's just a really nice, rich, creamy tea. It's very lovely. I have started my buddy read with Kate from the novel Nomad of The Doctor's Wife. This is our third Victober to read Mary Elizabeth Braddon together. So far, fingers crossed, knock on wood, it's starting out to be a lot better than The Trail of the Serpent. I loved Lady Audley's Secret, did not love The Trail of the Serpent, however. And I'm having good feelings about this, that the characterization is going to be good. And we are 96 pages in out of 400. So I think that's a good sign if I'm enjoying it a fair amount. 100 pages in, sometimes books can take a long time to gear up. So I'll be reading this now. I have not been vlogging much this week. It's just been a week where I've really been feeling unwell for a lot of the time. I've still been having great reading time, so I did just want to document this, that I'm just having the nicest time listening to the 2011 Jane Eyre soundtrack, which I don't have on because YouTube will like make a copyright claim if it's on in the background. And then my cider house candle flickering right there and smelling so nice, and just eating up The Doctor's Wife by Mary Elizabeth Braddon. Her writing is beautiful and it's so approachable and easy to read if you're scared of Victorian novels. And I know that this is going to be a really dramatic novel, but I don't know exactly what she's going to do with it. So it's just a really lovely reading experience. And of course I have a cozy blanket also, and yeah, it's just really nice, and it's overcast, so perfect Victober reading atmosphere. It is Friday night and time for my husband and I every Friday night have a like TV and chocolate coconut ice cream date, and this is our movie selection, a very Victober appropriate movie selection. This movie is so cheesy and I don't even care. I love it. It is from, let's see here, 1985. If you like Sherlock Holmes, I actually can't guarantee that you'll like this, but I know I love it. Saturday morning, and I'm out of breath because I just walked up the hill to the car. Saturday mornings feel really overwhelming in that we want to get the grocery list done, and I have to get all my library books packed up. I have all of the Halloween books are going back, so just packing all that up. So as soon as I get in the car, I feel this sense of relief because I have everything with me. I know what I need to get for grocery shopping. And I'm going to be finishing up An Ideal Husband.
and then starting and listening to all today, A Woman of No Importance, because just keeping up with my two buddy reads, Olive by Dinah Mullet Craik, which I read with Natalie from my reading days, and The Doctor's Wife by Mary Elizabeth Braddon, which I read with Kate from the novel Nomad. Just keeping up with those, I then fell behind on Oscar Wilde. So I'm hoping it's going to be a really good reading day, because I have the audio of that, and then when I get home, finishing up today's chapters of Olive. I read the first, I think, 2 chapters, and then reading as much as I can of The Doctor's Wife, because we're finishing tomorrow, so even if I get a little ahead for today, then we're finishing tomorrow. I'm hoping for a good reading day. Still not feeling that great, but I'm really happy to have like some quiet car ride time that I can listen to audiobook, and I'm really, really engrossed in The Doctor's Wife. I'm enjoying Olive. I just find it to be more challenging reading. It feels more like reading a George Eliot, where The Doctor's Wife, the reading is just comes very easily.
These book baths have seriously become the highlight of my week. I cannot recommend this enough. It is just the most relaxing possible thing you can do. I'm going to put on the Victorian era playlist and be reading The Doctor's Wife by Mary Elizabeth Braddon. I am so here for this book. I'm so here for it. And I have 125 pages left. So I'm just going to try to now catch up on today's reading. Earlier this afternoon, while the boys were having a bath, I read yesterday's chapters. So now I'm hoping to catch up, and it's just going to be wonderful. So it was not my week to vlog. It is now Sunday afternoon, and I'm just going to wrap this up, tell you about a couple books that I finished that I hadn't got around to telling you about before, and then we'll see if I vlog next week. I don't know what happened, but it was just not my week. So I did read Cranford with Megan Hanna, and I kept forgetting to talk about this to all of you. And I read this the week before last, but finished it on like early Tuesday morning and just forgot to talk about it. It was lovely. It was a lovely reread. I did not enjoy this more than the first time, and I was expecting to enjoy it more because the other Victorian rereads I've done, I've enjoyed it more, but I enjoyed it as much. Still gave it 4 stars. It's really funny. It was lovely discussing it with Megan. And now I will definitely be rewatching the Cranford miniseries and Return to Cranford. And it was just delightful because it's Elizabeth Gaskell. And then I did finish A Burglary. I'm pretty sure I finished this Monday. It's all a blur now. But I ended up giving this 4 stars. And I can't tell you, like, why am I not giving this 5 stars? And thinking about the ending, there was nothing in the ending that I was like, well, that was really silly. Like, I was pretty happy with everything. It was not predictable. Maybe one little bit was predictable, but there was a lot of crazy turns of events. I just know that I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. This was a really like compelling read, and it was so easy to read. This really, Victorian literature does not have to be hard, and I highly recommend this one as one maybe to start with. And it was just a really nice change of pace from the other ones that I had been reading. And those are the 2 books that I wanted to tell you about. I'm going to end the vlog here. Shorter one than usual, but I'm still really looking forward to the next week of Victober. Last month I had burned out around this time, and I definitely will be looking forward to some variety in my reading in November, but still I'm really enjoying being totally immersed in Victorian literature. So I will leave it at that. Have a lovely day.